There's a moment that many of us carry, quietly, deeply. The moment when someone we cared about disappears from our lives. They stop calling. They stop caring. Or maybe they never really did. And in that silence, we're left searching. For a response, for an answer, for something that feels like closure. That's when the impulses rise, to send one last message, to explain, to beg, to block them, not because we've moved on, but because we haven't. We tell ourselves it's power, but it's pain, dressed up in action, and it leaves us emptier than before. What if you didn't respond that way? What if you didn't block, didn't beg, didn't chase? What if you simply chose stillness? What if your silence, your true, grounded silence, was the most powerful answer of all? This isn't about pretending not to care. It's about reclaiming the parts of yourself you gave away too easily. It's about healing without drama, growing without needing to be seen. The Stoics didn't teach us to be cold. They taught us to be calm, to find our footing when the world feels shaky, to respond from wisdom, not impulse, and to understand that silence, true silence, isn't empty. It's full of strength. In this video, we'll explore the Stoic mindset behind restraint, detachment, and emotional discipline. Not as a way to punish others, but to empower yourself. Because there is peace in letting go. There is freedom in not reacting. And there is quiet, unwavering dignity in saying nothing and walking away. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Redefining strength. What not reacting really means. You've been told that strength looks loud, that it comes with sharp words, fast comebacks, and dramatic exits. That silence is weakness. That walking away means you lost. But what if that's never been true for you? What if your real power isn't in the noise you make, but in the restraint you show when everything inside you wants to scream? You know the moment when someone disrespects you, dismisses your worth, ignores your effort. The fire rises in your chest. Your fingers hover over the keyboard. Your mind builds the perfect response. One that will make them see what they missed. One that will finally make you feel heard. But deep down, you've learned something else. That hitting send might give you relief, but it rarely brings peace. Because peace doesn't come from being understood by someone who was never really listening. It comes from finally understanding yourself, not reacting. That's not giving up. That's choosing yourself over the cycle. That's you no longer trading your peace for someone else's attention. Strength, real strength, is having every reason to engage and still choosing not to. It's sitting with your discomfort, feeling the urge to prove yourself, and then letting it pass like a storm. You are not here to beg for respect. You are here to live in a way that commands it, quietly. There is something quietly heroic about holding your ground without holding a grudge. About keeping your dignity when someone tries to drag you into chaos. You don't have to match their energy. You don't have to explain your silence. You are not cold. You are clear. You are not passive. You are present, and your stillness, your calm, your decision to not react, that is strength. That is how change begins. Inside you. in this exact moment. When you finally realize you don't need their permission to walk away whole, let that truth settle in. Let it grow roots. You are stronger than the noise. You are more powerful in your silence than you ever were in your reaction. Chapter 2. Let silence be the loudest statement. There's a moment when words just don't serve you anymore. Not because you don't have something to say, but because you've already said enough with the way you carry yourself. You've been in situations where you tried to explain, where you tried to make someone see your heart, your intention, your truth, and all it left you with was the weight of being misunderstood. But what if the answer was never in louder explanations? What if silence could do what words never could? There's a kind of silence that isn't empty. It's full of boundaries, self-respect, and calm certainty. It doesn't beg to be noticed. It doesn't demand to be validated. It simply is. And that presence, that stillness, says more than any sentence ever could. When you stop responding to chaos, you stop feeding it. When you stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you, you reclaim your power. You show that your peace is no longer up for negotiation. You don't need to block anyone. You don't need to make dramatic exits or parting speeches. Sometimes the most powerful move is just no longer showing up for what drains you. Let your silence tell the story. Let it say, I know my worth. Let it say, I'm not angry. I'm just done. Let it say, I don't chase energy that doesn't see mine. And if they wonder why you stopped talking, why you pulled away, why your name doesn't show up in their world anymore, let them sit with that silence, because within it is the loudest truth you'll ever speak. You are not missing. You are protecting your energy. You are not bitter. You are finally at peace. Silence, when it comes from strength, is not passive. It's decisive. It's you honoring yourself without needing to be loud about it. So, next time you're tempted to explain, to react, to beg for understanding, pause. Feel that silence inside you. That calm, that clarity, and let it speak for you. Because sometimes the most unforgettable thing you can do is say nothing and simply walk forward with grace. Chapter 3. Emotional discipline is real. Freedom. Freedom doesn't always look like what you've been taught. It's not always walking away or starting over. Sometimes it's sitting still in the storm and refusing to let it pull you under. Real freedom is emotional discipline. It's the quiet strength of choosing your response when your instincts are screaming for reaction. It's not about suppressing your feelings. It's about understanding that your feelings don't get to drive every decision. There have been times you let your anger speak for you. Times when pain turned into bitterness, and you said things you didn't mean. You walked away feeling exhausted, not empowered, because deep down you knew you gave your peace away for a moment of fire. But here's the truth you've been searching for. You are not your emotions. You feel them, yes, but you also have the strength to hold them gently and let them pass without acting from them. This is emotional discipline. It's choosing silence when provoked. It's choosing clarity over chaos. It's standing in your calm while someone else loses theirs. And when you do this, not once but again and again, you start to feel something shift. A quiet power grows in you. You no longer need to prove a point. You no longer chase validation. You protect your inner space like it's sacred, because it is. Discipline doesn't make you cold, it makes you clear. It makes you free from regrets, free from outbursts, free from being controlled by what someone else says or does. And freedom, real freedom, is not the absence of pain or triggers. It's the ability to move through them with grace. So next time your heart pounds, your breath shortens, your mind fills with words you want to throw, pause. Feel that rising tide and choose not to let it flood your peace. That choice right there is your liberation. It's you taking your power back, not loudly, but completely. Chapter 4. Detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity detachment. It's a word that can make you feel uneasy. You've been taught that attachment is love. That caring means holding on tight, not letting go. But what if I told you that true love, true strength, can be found in letting go? You don't need to be attached to everything around you to feel alive. In fact, the more tightly you grip, the more you risk losing yourself in the process. Detachment isn't about shutting yourself off from the world. It's not about avoiding love, avoiding connection, or avoiding emotions. It's about being fully present, without letting your heart be swallowed by expectations, by fears, or by what others think of you. It's about giving yourself the space to feel, without letting your feelings rule you. Detachment is clarity. It's seeing things as they truly are, without the cloud of attachment distorting your view. Think about it. How often do you find yourself pulled in different directions because of your attachment to outcomes? How often do you stress over what others think, or over what might happen if you don't get it just right? When you let go of those attachments, you free yourself to be fully in the moment. You release the need to control every detail, to predict every outcome. And in that space of freedom, you discover a profound peace. You are still present. You still care deeply. But your happiness, your sense of worth, no longer depends on the shifting sands of external circumstances. Detachment is about creating a calm center, a place inside yourself that isn't shaken by the world around you. It's the ability to experience life fully, to feel joy, to feel love without being dependent on things or people to validate your worth. When you detach from the need to control, you're no longer at the mercy of life's unpredictability. Instead, you move with it, responding from a place of inner clarity. So remember, detachment isn't coldness. It's the warmth of being able to let go, to trust, to allow life to unfold without holding on to it too tightly. It's the freedom to be yourself, just as you are, without needing anything to complete you. Chapter 5. Rebuild who you are without them. Have you ever felt like you've lost yourself? Like a part of you is missing, and you can't quite figure out how to fill the void. Maybe someone important walked away, or a chapter of your life came to a close, and now you're left standing in the aftermath, wondering who you are without them. It's painful. It's hard. But I want you to understand this. The real work begins when you stop looking for yourself in others. It starts when you begin to rebuild who you are, not based on what they gave you, but on what you have inside of you. You are not defined by the people who leave, by the relationships that fade, or by the things that you once depended on. You are defined by your ability to stand tall on your own, to look inward, and to find strength in your own heart. It's okay to grieve, to feel lost for a while. But know that within that space of uncertainty, there is a power waiting to be awakened. You are more than the roles you've played, more than the expectations others placed upon you. When you rebuild, it's not about becoming someone new. It's about rediscovering the version of you that's been there all along. The version of you that's strong enough to thrive in solitude, to find peace in the quiet moments, and to stand firm in your own truth. Ask yourself, what do you love? What brings you joy? What are your values? What makes you feel alive? Start there. Start with the things that are uniquely yours. Reconnect with your passions, your dreams, and your purpose. You don't need anyone else to validate your worth. You don't need anyone else to complete you. You are whole, just as you are. Rebuilding isn't about filling a void. It's about recognizing that you have always been complete. You've just forgotten the power that lies within you. It's time to remember. So, rebuild yourself. Not because you need to prove something to others, but because you deserve to feel whole again. You deserve to stand tall, strong in your own skin, and proud of the person you are becoming. Chapter 6. You don't need their closure to move forward. You're standing at the crossroads, feeling like there's a missing piece of the puzzle, waiting for the other person to give you the closure you think you need. But here's the truth. You don't need their closure. You don't need their words, their apology, or their approval. You have everything you need to move forward, right within yourself. Think about it for a moment. When a chapter in your life ends, there's often a sense of unfinished business. You want answers. You want to understand why things happened the way they did. You want to know why they walked away, or why it ended in the way it did. But what if I told you that waiting for their closure is holding you back? What if I told you that the real power lies in your ability to move forward without needing those answers? Closure isn't something someone else can give you. It's something you create within yourself. It's about letting go of the need for control, of the need to understand every little detail, of the need for validation from others. Closure is something you give yourself, and you do it by choosing to let go of the past and embrace the future. I know it's hard. It's painful to feel like something was left unresolved. But understand this. You have the strength to write your own story. You have the power to take the next step, even when the answers aren't clear. You don't need them to tell you what you mean to them, or how things could have been different. You can move forward on your own terms. The closure you're seeking is not external. It's internal. It's in the decision you make today to stop looking back and to start looking ahead. It's in the moment you decide to release the hurt, the anger, the confusion, and to forgive, not for them, but for you. So, stop waiting. Stop waiting for them to give you the answers you think you need. You already have everything you need to heal, to grow, and to move forward. It's in your hands, in your heart, and in the choices you make every single day. You don't need their closure. You don't need anyone's permission to move on. You are in control of your own journey. And it starts with you. Now. Chapter 7. Acceptance over resistance. Choose peace. In moments of struggle, when life feels like it's slipping through your fingers, there's a powerful choice you can make. It's a choice between resistance and acceptance. You can choose to fight, to push against the current, or you can choose to accept what is, and in that acceptance, find peace. Think about the times you've resisted what's happening around you. The frustration, the tension, the mental exhaustion. You fight the reality, hoping that if you push hard enough, things will change. But in that fight, what do you lose? You lose your peace. You lose your clarity. You lose the energy you could be using to move forward. Now, think about the times you've let go. When you've stopped fighting against life's circumstances, and instead, you've allowed yourself to simply be. It's in those moments of surrender that you begin to feel the stillness, the quiet strength that rises from within you. When you accept things as they are, without judgment or resistance, you make space for something more powerful: peace. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean that you like what's happening or that you've lost hope for change. Acceptance is not about settling. It's about choosing how you respond to life. You can't control everything, but you can control your response. You can choose to let go of the resistance, the internal battle, and allow peace to wash over you. This is where true strength lies, not in fighting against the world, but in embracing what is, in choosing to stand firm in your own sense of peace, even when everything around you is chaotic. You have the power to find that calm center, and from that place, you can move forward with clarity and grace. So, the next time life feels overwhelming, ask yourself, am I fighting against this, or am I choosing to accept what is and find peace? It's in that choice, the choice to stop resisting, that you begin to reclaim your power. You begin to choose peace over chaos, and in that peace, you will find your path forward. Let go of the need to control and choose acceptance. Choose peace. And watch how your life shifts. Chapter 8. Turn loss into personal evolution. Loss can feel like a crushing weight. It may leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about yourself, about life, about your future. When things slip through your fingers, when you lose something or someone you cherished, it can feel as though the ground beneath you is crumbling. But what if I told you that loss is not the end of your story? What if it is, in fact, the beginning of something more profound? Something that could push you to grow in ways you never imagined. Because in every loss, there is an opportunity for personal evolution. It's not about erasing the pain, but about using it as a tool for transformation. You don't have to stay stuck in the sadness or regret. You have the power to turn that loss into fuel for your next chapter. Think about it. When you face loss, you have a choice. You can let it define you, or you can redefine yourself. You can choose to become the person who rises from the ashes, who uses the experience to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The pain you're feeling now has the potential to shape you into someone who understands life more deeply, someone who knows the true value of what they've lost, and someone who's better equipped to face the future with grace. This is where personal evolution begins, in the space between loss and growth. It's in that moment when you decide to rise, to transform the pain into strength. You have the power to choose how this loss will impact you. Will it break you, or will it make you more compassionate, more determined, more self-aware? Your growth comes not from avoiding loss, but from embracing it. By accepting that things are always changing and that loss is a part of life, you open yourself to the possibility of evolving into a better version of yourself. Every experience, every setback has the potential to mold you into someone more grounded, someone who understands the fragility of life, and yet still finds the courage to keep moving forward. So remember, you are not defined by your losses. You are defined by how you choose to rise from them. The strength to evolve is within you, waiting to be unleashed. You can take this moment of loss and use it to build a version of yourself that is even more powerful, more authentic, and more aligned with the life you truly desire. This is your moment. Turn your loss into personal evolution. The choice is yours. Chapter 9. The Power of Indifference. There is a power in indifference that many overlook. It's not about being apathetic, not about disconnecting from the world entirely. Rather, it's about choosing what you allow to affect you. It's about recognizing that not everything deserves your emotional investment. And in that choice, you find freedom. In today's world, we're often told to care deeply about everything, to be invested in every opinion, every drama, every conflict. We're led to believe that caring about everything is a sign of being compassionate, or that it shows you're engaged and present in life. But the truth is, not everything needs your attention. Not everything is worth the emotional toll it takes. And when you learn to distinguish what truly matters from what doesn't, you regain control over your life. Indifference is not about coldness or detachment from the world. It's about realizing that there are things that will never affect your peace of mind, things outside your control, things that are not aligned with your values, and things that just aren't worth your time. By choosing not to react, you preserve your energy and protect your emotional well-being. Consider this for a moment. What if you stopped reacting to every criticism, every slight, every frustration? What if you simply chose not to let those things disturb your inner peace? You have the power to choose how you respond, and that choice can either drain you or empower you. The key to mastering your emotions is recognizing that some things, no matter how loud they seem, are better left untouched. When you practice indifference to the things that don't matter, you create space in your life for the things that truly do. Your energy, your thoughts, and your actions become focused on the things that align with your true purpose. And in that, you'll find a strength you didn't know you had. Indifference frees you from the chaos around you. It allows you to maintain a sense of calm and clarity. It teaches you that you can be in the world, but not of it. You can move through life with grace and peace without being pulled in every direction by the distractions and opinions of others. So remember, you have the power to choose what deserves your attention, your time, your emotional energy. And by embracing indifference where it counts, you'll create space for the things that truly nourish your soul. This is your gift, the power of indifference. Use it wisely, and let it guide you to a life of greater freedom and peace. Chapter 10. Don't look back. Walk forward with dignity. There are moments in life when it's tempting to look back, to dwell on what's been lost, to wonder what could have been. But I want you to hear this clearly. You are not meant to live your life looking backward. What happened in the past is behind you, and what lies ahead is your true path forward. I know it can be difficult. The past is full of memories, both good and bad, and it's easy to let those memories pull you back into places you've already moved beyond. But here's the thing. Those moments don't define you. They are just chapters in the story, but they are not the story itself. Looking back holds you captive. It keeps you from fully embracing the present and moving into the future with purpose. When you focus on the past, you're not giving yourself the opportunity to grow, to evolve, to step into the next version of yourself. You are so much more than the sum of your past mistakes or regrets. You have within you the strength to rise above those moments and become someone greater. Walking forward with dignity means letting go of the need for validation from the past. It means stepping into your future with your head held high, knowing that your worth is not defined by what you've been through, but by what you are choosing to become. You have the power to shape your destiny, to create new experiences, to rebuild your life with purpose. And in that forward movement, there is dignity. It's not about forgetting what's happened, but about releasing the hold it has over you. It's about choosing to no longer let it dictate how you live today or tomorrow. You are in charge of your journey. So, take a deep breath. Know that you have everything you need to walk forward with strength, with grace, with dignity. Embrace the future, not as something unknown or frightening, but as an opportunity for growth and transformation. You're not defined by what you left behind. You are defined by where you are going. And as you walk forward, remember, you are worthy of everything that lies ahead. Walk with pride in the person you're becoming. Every step you take in the present is a step closer to the future you deserve. So, don't look back. Keep moving forward with dignity. This is your moment, and it's time to claim it. Conclusion. As you stand at this pivotal moment, remember that the journey is yours alone to shape. You have the power within you to move beyond your past, to walk forward with strength, dignity, and unwavering purpose. The lessons you've learned, the pain you've faced, the growth you've achieved, all of it has brought you to this very point. But the true transformation begins now. It's in how you choose to move forward. It's in the decisions you make, the mindset you adopt, and the belief you have in yourself that defines your future. So, I ask you now, what will you choose? Will you allow the past to dictate your future? Or will you embrace the power of the present moment and move forward with courage? The path is yours to walk, and you don't have to walk it alone. Every step you take matters, and every decision you make moves you closer to the life you were meant to live. Now I invite you to reflect on this journey. Take a moment to pause, to breathe, to acknowledge the strength inside you, and then commit to walking forward. Embrace the challenge. Trust in yourself. And remember, the future is waiting for you to step into it with confidence and grace. If you found this message helpful, I encourage you to share it with someone who may need to hear it today. Join the conversation, leave a comment, and let me know how you plan to move forward with dignity. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how to live a life of strength, clarity, and purpose. The journey is just beginning. Let's walk it together.